Stay tuned because Good Sports is coming next.
Good Sports was recorded live on Saturday, March 11th. Welcome to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show. I am Steve Fish. I'm the publisher of Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. Today we're here at the Kansas City Ice Center, located on Johnson Drive, 2 miles west of 435, where you can skate on their outdoor pavilion or on their indoor ice rink. Call 913-441-3033 or visit their website, kcicecenter.com, for more details on public skate sessions, spring hockey, upcoming camps, and their Learn to Skate and Learn to Play hockey programs. Now, before we get started with the show, I want to tell everyone that our current issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness can be picked up at over 700 locations in KC, and it's absolutely free. Also in March, KC Sports began our 20th year celebration as the Sports Illustrated of Kansas City. Now, in our hockey report presented by the KC Ice Center, we introduced you to Extreme Hockey, a new, fun, competitive hockey training program at the KC Ice Center. And in Chloe's Corner, the Wren Insurance Tennis Report, we introduce you to the Plaza Tennis Center's Scott Hanover. So joining us now on Good Sports is Dr. Lynn McIntosh. She is a board-certified chiropractor. She's licensed in Kansas and Missouri. In addition to being licensed to provide general chiropractic care, Dr. McIntosh is a certified chiropractic sports physician, and she works with athletes from multiple disciplines on specific sports-related problems. Welcome to the show, Dr. McIntosh. Thank you so much for joining us here today at the Kansas City Ice Center.
I appreciate it. You did pick a cold day for this.
Yeah, well, you got to do it when it's available, and when you're available.
Absolutely.
Which is often. It's been a while since Dr. McIntosh has been with us because she's a busy
There's a lot
person,
going on. We can try and.
Well, one of the things with Kansas City Chiropractic is, and we've talked about this product before, is your Class 4 deep tissue laser.
Yes.
And how it
just
helps
have a new one.
Patients. Yeah, you have a new one, but you're also working with the NFL alumni. Association, and assisting those retired players as well to get better health.
This is really exciting for us because we are an NFL alumni affiliate practice. Mm-hmm. And so through that program, we get to treat, and they actually send people to our practice for what we're doing with this is laser, and we can do other things. But we're focusing on that because they have so much chronic pain.
Yeah.
And so it has been, a huge, there's so much to treat often is because you have multiple different types of injuries. Mm-hmm. So it's not just, whereas if I am a regular athlete, I may have hurt my knee or hurt my back or hurt my elbow or hurt something. These are guys who played, and they've played, anyone who's not playing now is part of the affiliate, the alumni program. Right. So some played back in the 70s when, equipment was much different. Certainly, they took a lot of abuse. And so you've got multiple injuries, multiple chronic injuries, and, it's nice to be able to provide some relief. I mean, and I am proud of the program, of the alumni as well, and because their president has really taken on trying to increase the service they're giving to their alumni. Mm-hmm. So that has made a big change for them. Yeah,
that definitely is great that they do that for those players. And I bet you get a lot of great stories while you guys are working with these guys. I mean, I'm sure if you could get them all together, you'd have an incredible group of stories.
Well, you think that they're all Chiefs, but they're not all Chiefs, right? Because so we have some different ones, and we have some current players. So that's always. I can't. There's laws I can't tell anybody's name.
I know.
And stuff, but it's very fun. It's very exciting.
Can you give any initials? I'm just kidding. So let's talk about the Class 4 deep tissue laser. You said you got a new one.
I have a much more powerful one than I had before, and the reason one of the reasons we got to work with this program is because I don't believe there's any other ones in town that are the 25 watt. We had purchased the biggest thing they had at the time, and that was a 15, so we had a 9 watt and a 15 watt. And the science is exactly the same. It is just the amount of power. So how deep does it penetrate? How quickly does it work? And when you talk about someone who's a big person, the penetration makes a huge difference because there's a lot of different kinds of laser, and some are very, very, like if you don't feel anything, if you don't feel any heat, it's working. It's just not penetrating very much.
Right.
So it absolutely works. The science, like I said, is exactly the same. Mm-hmm. But our old one penetrated, 3.5 to 4 inches. This one is even maybe a little bit more than that.
Wow.
But it delivers so many more photons at the same time. So, and it passes through healthy cells. Mm-hmm. And so it only really works on the non-healthy cell.
Wow.
The injured cell. And it's stimulating, I forgot if it's which chemical, but it stimulates, it changes it from an oxide to an oxidase, and so then it triggers nitrous oxide within the cell, and that stimulates the mitochondria to create more ATP, which is the power plant. The mitochondria is the power plant that produces stuff that makes it heal faster. So it really is, it's reducing up to 25% of inflammation in the first treatment.
Wow.
And, I mean, it's unbelievable. It's just visible change. And then if you also have speeds this healing 40 to 50%. When we talk about chronic injuries especially, if you have a scar that you had forever, it gets lighter and lighter. So people, first we go, okay, there's these phases of healing. And so we say, healing's done after about this long. Well, it's not really ever done. It's just on the back burner. It's kind of like the garage that you're not cleaning out. Like, stuff still happens in there. Well, maybe not mine.
Yeah.
But
mine,
it is. But this brings new healing to those cells and to that area that is still remodeling, but it's only doing it when it has time, when it's not doing other things. And so, again...
You mean with that, the normal healing process that you'd go through.
Absolutely.
It's going to be slower because there's other things that are going on inside of you, and so it works on that. It's like you refresh when you sleep.
Yes.
Because you're turning off other stuff, but you're refreshing at that point, and so it's sharing that time. But this aids with that process of sharing.
Well, this brings that attention back to these cells, and it really starts a whole new process, and it interrupts a lot of. Chemically, it's releasing bradykinins. It's doing proton normalization, which what that means is sometimes you want to inhibit or reduce a stimulus from a certain chemical, and sometimes you want to stimulate it or increase it.
Right.
Well, there's a few things that, depending on the tissue, it goes one way if it's one tissue and the other way if it's a different tissue. So as opposed to saying we're always increasing it, we're normalizing it because it depends on which tissue it's in and what needs to happen.
I see.
So it's yes, there is a lot of science behind it. It's not, and because you do feel heat, people think, so it's that hot pack. It's like, or it's infrared, or it's this. It's not. The heat is not the treatment. The heat is a byproduct of the cells working.
Oh, okay.
So
who is this good for? I mean, there's a lot of different treatments.
Right.
You talked about the scar and the scar healing and things like that. But who is this good for? If somebody's out there and they have a chronic issue, or if they have an acute issue,
acute is it's just so fast. It's like Star Trek. You just see a total change right away. Chronic, of course, takes a lot longer.
Yeah.
I mean, we see huge success with difficult things like bursitis, shoulder, tendonitis in the elbow, both tennis elbow, golf elbow, carpal tunnel, your extremities, all joints. If the alignment is not correct in the back, we know we align that. But we also align like the elbow because you have the one bone up here and two here. Well, if those aren't lined up, then that's where you're getting tendonitis. Sometimes it's overuse, but again, we've talked in the past, if you continue to practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanent.
Right.
So what we want to do is make sure it's aligned properly. Then we reduce the inflammation and heal that inflammation of the tendon or the bursa or that area. And as you calm that down, and then stop it from re-injuring all the time. Because if we don't, so this helps heal. Chiropractic is still the key for us to stop it from continuing to be a problem.
Right.
In the future. But it does allow for pain relief at the time. It allows for reduced swelling, which is is so huge because that's where a lot of your pain comes from. That allows for non-proper motion, because once you've got swelling in an area, then that's going to change how the muscle, the tendon, and the bone all work together.
Mm-hmm. So we've got about a minute.
Sorry.
Share a success story or two with us. I know you can't give names.
Yeah. Well, I had a guy yesterday was in, and he has had a true nerve damage, and so has burning all the way from below the knee down to the foot, and he was able to walk further. He was able to put more pressure on it, and this is true nerve damage.
Yeah.
We had somebody that had knee pain and was like, this, but it keeps going on. I can't work out. I can't go up the stairs. And so, of course, we wait really a long time until it just hurts every time I take a step. And now up and down the stairs, walking normal.
Terrific.
Almost
what age?
Perfect.
What age? About, roughly?
She's probably 45.
There we go.
Yeah. And, I mean, with kids, I had one that, again, they already had gone to the ER, thought it broken something. It was a hip injury one time, because kids heal in nothing, right?
Yeah.
A migraine headache. We did the acupuncture points with the laser, but then because I could notice so much swelling where just in the forehead where it seemed to be, and these were, for a solid 10 days, and they still had the headache the rest of that day, and now haven't had those headaches.
That's great.
For a week and a half now. And I'm
great.
Just like, and I was worried because this was a kid and it was missing school, all kinds of problems that have resolved. That, and you wouldn't think of migraine headaches, right? I wouldn't have. I didn't think of that, but because the swelling was visible, we reduced it. It's been just almost a miracle.
So tell us how to get more information on Kansas City Chiropractic, and how, if somebody's interested in finding out more about a Class 4 laser, how they can contact you to find out more.
At kansascitychiropractic.com. You can find us on Facebook. Our phone number is 816-753-4600. We'd love to see you.
Awesome. Well, we're going to talk with Dr. McIntosh a little bit more in our next segment, so hang on for that. But right now we're going to take a quick break. You're watching or listening to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Magazine Show. We're coming to you from the Kansas City Eye Center, located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. I'm Steve Fish. We'll be right back. Come on out to the Kansas City Ice Center and skate on the outdoor pavilion or the indoor ice rink. And sign up now for Learn to Skate and Learn to Play hockey classes at the Kansas City Ice Center. The KC Ice Center is located 2 miles west of 435 on Johnson Drive. For more information on public skating times, to register for classes, or schedule an upcoming party or group event, visit kcicecenter.com or call 913-441-3033. That's 913-441-3033. These days, we're all so busy, and many of us ignore our health and let stress turn into chronic pain. Dr. Lynn McIntosh of Kansas City Chiropractic can provide you with the proper care to relieve pain and stress, improve your health, and get more out of life. And right now, you can save 20% on all massage services. Mention KC Sports Magazine when you call. For more information on Dr. McIntosh and Kansas City Chiropractic, call 816-753-4600 or visit kansascitychiropractic.com. Experience a touch of the Ozarks at Winterstone Golf Course in Independence. And sign up now for Winterstone's major series tournaments. And visit winterstonegolf.com for daily specials and great offers. For tee times, go to winterstonegolf.com or call 816-257-5755. People today use hundreds of sources to find local information online. Have you Googled yourself lately? Bad online comments can irreparably damage you and your business. For a free online strategy review, contact Market Leverage at 816-600-0564. That's 816-600-0564. Be a part of revitalizing golf by purchasing your copy of the Golf Hospitality Association Playbook for just $20. The playbook is for golf courses, beginning golfers, marshals, and course staff. For more information on the playbook and membership perks, visit golfhospitalityassociation.org or call 816-398-4110. Whatever your sport, maximize your performance at Core Strategies Physical Therapy, Sports Performance, and Medical Fitness Center in Overland Park. The team at Core specializes in rehab and performance training for all ages and activity levels. To learn more about Core's sports-specific programs, visit coreptkc.com or call 913-322-4000.
Welcome back to Good Sports, the Kansas City Sports and Fitness Show, the show that complements Kansas City Sports and Fitness Magazine. I am Steve Fish. Today we're here at the Kansas City Ice Center, located on Johnson Drive, 2 miles west of 435, where you can skate on their outdoor pavilion or on their indoor ice rink. Call 913-441-3033 or visit their website, kcicecenter.com, for more details on public skate sessions, upcoming camps, and their Learn to Skate and Learn to Play hockey programs. Now, in our current issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness, check out our Heartland Soccer Report presented by Market Leverage. This month, we discuss Heartland Soccer's successful strategy that has made KC the soccer capital of America. And in this issue, we honor U.S. Army High School top performers from Smith Cotton and Benton High Schools, and feature an interview with U.S. Army Olympic wrestlers who are part of the Army's world-class athlete program. And coming up, on April 26th, we'll be at Core Strategies Physical Therapy. Core Strategies is located just east of 69 Highway on 103rd Street. If you'd like to have us come out and tape a show at your business location, call Good Sports at 913-764-2050. And now you can view Good Sports on YouTube. Search for the Good Sports KC channel. So we are back, and we are joined by Dr. Lynn McIntosh, who is a board-certified chiropractor licensed in Kansas and Missouri. In addition to being licensed to provide general chiropractic care, Dr. McIntosh is a certified chiropractic sports physician. She works with athletes from multiple disciplines on specific sports-related problems. Once again, Dr. McIntosh, thanks for joining us today here at the Kansas City Ice Center.
Yes, thanks for having me.
So it's a cold day here, and it's cold inside the KC Ice Center, but golf season is coming up. And in our current issue of Kansas City Sports and Fitness, in the March issue, you write about chiropractic care and how it can help speed recovery time. You focus a little bit on golf, but it covers everything. Yeah.
Yes.
So.
But I do get a lot of golf, a lot of golfers, and for everything, obviously the low back with the twisting is what people think about for chiropractic.
Right.
But golfers' elbow, so the medial epicondylitis is the little swelling there in the tendon in your elbow. We can get that taken care of for you as well, and also we can look at. We have everything for the golfer, including a special insoles that you can wear that if you are a consistent golfer, you can get about 15 yards in your drive.
Oh boy.
That's
huge.
if you're consistent. If you're a golfer like I am, that it really doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Everyone's it's not going to matter at all.
Yeah.
But,
So I should mention a lot of pro athletes regularly go to the chiropractor.
Absolutely.
My son is a play-by-play announcer for a professional hockey team.
Yes.
And they promote a chiropractor that works on the team in every one of their broadcasts.
Isn't that fantastic?
So it's very obvious with all teams that do that. So whether it's high impact or low impact like golf is, injuries can happen.
Absolutely.
And the chiropractic care that you can receive can help you get back on the speed the recovery time, which is part of the name of the article, but get you back on the course in the case of golf injuries. Let's talk about some of those golf injuries, and that will then allow you to segue into how chiropractic can help with that. Overuse and repetitive swing injuries is number one.
Yes, because if you practice as you need to do to be a good, consistent golfer, then you are doing the same action multiple times a week and multiple times in your 4 or 5 hours that you're out on 18 holes.
Right.
So if your form is not proper, certainly I do recommend lessons because if you are not, professionals have coaches, and just at least in the beginning, have enough to have a really good basic swing so that you're not creating an injury from day one.
Right.
So beyond that, I'm thrilled to hear that your son talks about the chiropractor every time. It's so exciting to see how much more acceptance and how much more usage of the chiropractor there is in teams across the board.
Yeah.
So that's been very cool. It's been great for.
Well, I've even seen that at the high school level. We've gone out to present awards to a high school coach or a high school athlete, and had to wait for the kids to go through their chiropractic treatments. It was a track team, I think.
Yeah,
that
it's big.
Yeah, we were out there, and so it's used at all levels.
Right.
It's really great.
Well, and because it absolutely works to improve performance.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in golf, if you think about, if I can only turn so far, or if I can only turn my head so far, this is where all of my power and velocity come from. Mm-hmm. Because the faster I can get that club head going, then that's all distance. And so if I do an inch here and I extend that 3 feet of the club, that makes a significant difference on your direct power. And so both rotation and because you want to keep your eye on the ball. So, if you're restricted in either your neck, your upper back, or your shoulders, the low back has a ton to do with it too. But just to be able to keep your head down so you can see it, then it makes a big difference. For some people, you can get more than an inch. You can get 2 or 3 inches. Well, that is the distance that you're moving that club head could be that far.
Right.
So that is definitely going to give you a stronger drive and a better drive.
Yeah.
Also, it works in the nervous system. And one of the main things we see is improvement in balance. And we call it balance. It's truly proprioception. But the difference being balance is, am I upright? Proprioception is where am I in space? Even if I'm laying down, I just know where I'm at.
Right.
So on your short game, because we always think of it with the long game, but on your short game, if your balance is better, and if where where all of your parts are, because the nervous system is sending messages to tell you how far back you're going and everything else, if there's any impingement and you're off just a little bit, that affects your short game. So even though we always talk about the long game because people care about the power and the distance, it really affects all of it along the way.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. And obviously, we've talked about this before, the lack of physical fitness, the lack of warm-up, are always
stretching
things
for golf is huge.
that you have to do.
Yes.
You just have to do that. And of course physical fitness is going to help you even more.
Yes.
One of the things in the article that you ran, you talked about lightning causing cardiac arrest, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Well, you are out there with a lightning rod. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
And you're on an open space, so it's one of those things that lightning hits the tallest thing, and it's attracted to metal. So that's why when they say it's really get off the golf course, they mean it.
Yeah.
If
Kevlar a metal? Don't they make those things out of Kevlar?
That could be. I'm not really sure.
I don't know.
They still hit trees, just whatever the tallest thing is, and you're kind of open out there. I don't know if I'd risk it.
Yeah. So, but the twist is the biggest thing, and so you've got to have that flexibility, which comes from working out. You should work out kind of year round, really.
Absolutely.
And that's going to make you a better golfer. And then strengthening. What are some of the things that you can do to strengthen to get a little bit more out of more power, I guess?
Sure.
More power.
Well, if you look up any type of back exercise, it's going to do that. I mean, crunches are great, but they only work the upper abs. So really you want to work the lower abs and the back itself. So one of the best back exercises, and it's difficult to hold it for very long, but it's if you lay face down on the floor and you put your hands out in front and your feet out behind and lift them both off. We call it a Superman because, you're like flying like Superman.
Oh, wow.
And you hold that for, start with 5 seconds, 10 seconds, work up to 30 seconds. That would be great. Even start with 5 and then work up to 10 and all that. It's a full body for the back, for the backside. For the lower abs, do a lot of knee raises. I mean, you could do leg lifts because those work, but, I just don't. It's a lot of stress on the back, too. It can hurt.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're standing, because I think it's easier to do things standing than getting on the floor, and then you do knee raises, so because you're balancing, but what is bringing that up is all these muscles in the lower abs. So you think of it for the leg, but it really, your abs are what's pulling that up, so you got to bring them up higher.
Right.
And then if you go straight and then inside and outside. Well, that shapes the whole leg itself, but it is working different abdominal muscles.
Mm-hmm. So, again, we've got about 2 minutes or so. Let's talk about compensation. Compensation is when you do have that issue with
this
an
one
injury, or and that's just going to lead. That's going to just lead to
once the
even
first
more.
thing hurts, you're going to, if it's an ankle, you're going to put more pressure on the other leg, or if it's a knee or a hip, all of that. Now we're putting more pressure on the leg, on the opposite leg. So then that leads to a difference in the hip height or in the hip rotation. So now your low back hurts because you're changing everything. So yes, if we fix the first injury, then you don't get more other injuries because you're trying to compensate for the first one.
Right.
And some of the other things you asked me, golf injuries. You have low back. You certainly have golfer's elbow. We see thumb injuries. We see ankle injuries. And if you don't have full motion in the ankle, if you're trying, and it's very important in your game because you have to change your weight right to left.
Yeah.
So makes a big difference.
Yeah, it definitely does. I can certainly imagine that. Give us the information. Those golfers that are ready to get out there but are going, how can they reach you?
KansasCityChiropractic.com. You can find us on Facebook. Our phone number is 816-753-4600. We're at 4510 Bellevue, right on the west side of the plaza.
And that golfer that gets out there and gets started, there's aches and pains that can happen after the first time out there.
You bet.
You can go see Dr. McIntosh for that
Thank you so much.
well. That will do it for today's show. My thanks to Dr. McIntosh for joining me. Be sure to join me, Steve Fish, again next week at the same time for Good Sports, KC Sports and Fitness magazine show, and check out some of our other shows on YouTube. Search for the Good Sports KC channel. So until next week, be sure to read all about sports, health, and exercise in Kansas City Sports and Fitness magazine. You'll find it online at kcsportspaper.com and all over Kansas City, and it's free, so pick it up today.
Would you like to have us tape an episode of Good Sports at your business location? Call us today at 913-764-2050. Elite Gymnastics and Aquatics has been offering recreational and competitive gymnastics for over 40 years. From preschool gymnasts and swimmers to advanced gymnastic competitors, Elite Gymnastics and Aquatics offers a tradition of excellence. For information on classes and activities, visit EliteGymnasticsSwim.com or call Elite Gymnastics and Aquatics at 913-469-5554. And right now, save 50% off registration when you mention KC Sports and Fitness. The Army Reserve has more than 120 unique career opportunities, so you can add to your current strengths or build brand new ones. Join the Army Reserve and you'll make a difference in your life and the lives of others. Learn more at goarmy.com/reserve. For more information, contact the Greater Kansas City Company at 3720 Arrowhead Drive, Suite B. Telephone number 816-531-3818. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong, paid for by the U.S. Army. For 120 years, Wren Insurance Agency has covered Kansas and Missouri families with reliable, affordable protection. Auto, home, boat, life, flood, or renter's insurance. Wren Insurance has been covering local families since 1896. To learn how Wren Insurance can protect you and in the process help others in the community, visit their website, wreninsurance.com. That's WRENN insurance.com. Or call today at 816-398-4111. These days, we're all so busy and many of us ignore our health and let stress turn into chronic pain. Dr. Lynn McIntosh of Kansas City Chiropractic can provide you with the proper care to relieve pain and stress, improve your health, and get more out of life. And right now, you can save 20% on all massage services. Mention KC Sports Magazine when you call. For more information on Dr. McIntosh and Kansas City Chiropractic, call 816-753-4600 or visit kansascitychiropractic.com. Experience a touch of the Ozarks at Winterstone Golf Course in Independence. And sign up now for Winterstone's major series tournaments. And visit winterstonegolf.com for daily specials and great offers. For tee times, go to winterstonegolf.com or call 816-257-5755. For a free subscription, visit kcsportspaper.com and sign up where it says Join Our Fan Club. Pick up your copy of KC Sports Magazine at any of 700 locations across KC or find it online at kcsportspaper.com. Check it out today.
Looking for a unique way to promote your business? Why not have Good Sports come out and tape our TV show at your business location? Call 913-764-2050 for details. Thanks for tuning in to Good Sports. Watch more episodes on the Good Sports KC YouTube channel.